Mr. Rao, your comments on what should be done at this point. We heard from the finance minister in an interview to Times of India today saying that wait for all of the budget schemes to play out before you talk about more stimulus. There's been so much buzz of stimulus over the last few days. Are you expecting any big bang stimulus, or is the hope that we will continue to see cases petering out? The lockdowns are not very harsh and they're limited, they're localized, and the resilience in the economy will rise up again. You won't really need to support that much. Do you think that that's the thinking right now in government?
No, in fact, I'll take up from where Dr. Joshi mentioned. See, the private consumption is not going to increase this year, and there will be serious constraint on that. The only way that you need to do is that the government will have to increase government consumption plus the transfers. In fact, he did talk about transfers to some extent, but then the transfers are substantially necessary both for rural and much more for urban areas for the informal sector, particularly in social distancing areas where the activities have been low. One of the things that you have to do is, see, just as consumption has been constrained, many people have no avenues to spend, and therefore they are not spending. The higher income groups still have the incomes, and then obviously saving, particularly financial sector saving, must have increased. And if that is the case, I think the government borrowing will have to be increased, and then possibly the fiscal deficit will have to increase much more. They should not confine it to 6.8%. And more important than anything else is that the government should signal it right away. Signal it saying that, look, we will, we will hold the baby, we will take care of the things, rather than saying that let the budget play out. I mean, budget will play out. That's not the issue. Today, when the private consumption is declining, income support to the rural areas as well as to the urban sort of informal sector is very, very crucial. And the government will have to continue its spending, and then obviously you will have to give a very clear signal today that we are going to spending will be increased. Fiscal deficit we will see, because budget has become obsolete no sooner the second wave has started. This is true of the state budget. This is true of the union budget. I think it is important that the government really gives a clear signal of increasing expenditure, increasing, particularly in social distancing sectors, in the informal sector, the government should increase, its transfers.